I better not
Better
take
be
that
15.
long.
Okay.
Or I'll have to talk to the city manager about scheduling a work group at the same night. Well, who is that?
I did warn you.
That
I did warn you.
Scott, do you have this written down for next performance evaluation?
I remember a couple months ago telling Alan, dude, you guys are going to work this fall. So
She knows the 10 Commandments. She doesn't know the 11th McMinnville commandment. Our council is old and we don't like to go after 8:30.
And if it's going to be past 9, you should have beer in your hand.
I can tell you one thing, there's no reports tonight.
I can tell you that, that's right. Okay, Kevin, are you ready? Larry. Remy, come on back as soon as you get a minute. Scott, are you
Can't be
ready?
late to vote.
So 1, 2, we're missing Kelly and we're missing Alan. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and hopefully you can hear me behind you, because we don't want to take the time to move everything around.
Could we sit up there?
Once you sit up there, you're going to be up there for life, though.
Why don't we have them sit up there and we'll talk
That's a
to
good
them?
idea. We'll talk to them.
Those are nice seats you
I'd
guys.
like to, at this time, I'd like to call to order the October 13th meeting at 9:02 p.m. of the McMinnville City Council. And what I will do is I will go ahead and ask Council President Jeffries to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, if he will, please.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Kevin. This is a time, and I think everybody behind me could hear that we ask for citizens that would like to provide public comment for us. And again, this public comment, if it's a topic already on the agenda, they should wait till that time. The city council cannot discuss any matter that's in litigation, a quasi-judicial land use matter, or a matter that's scheduled for public hearing at some future date. And of course, at this hour, I will limit the duration of the comments. So is there anybody who would like to speak to the council about anything?
And then you have to give up your chair?
What?
Are you going to give up
You have to go up there and sit up front. So Mr. Garvin, do you want to say anything? I don't either. Mr. Milliken, yes, you can say it from right there too.
The only thing I wanted to mention, this kind of off the cuff, I now have a home inside the Urban Renewal District and an office within the Urban Renewal District. My temporary office deal is all falling apart, and it has to do with seismic retrofit in issues. And I'm finding that issue in all the other buildings too. I need quite a bit of space. And I know the buildings need to be retrofitted, and I want to be downtown in historic buildings, which many of your buildings will fall down in a big earthquake, so it needs to be addressed. But I'm having problems, and if you're trying to figure out how to spend money in the Urban Renewal District, your seismic retrofit issue is a big issue. I'm not here to solve the problem. I'm just letting you know what's happening to my deal right now and the problem that I'm having in other locations. And you should also know that I probably looked at every building downtown. They're all for sale, and there are many of them, if they don't come down in earthquakes, when the economy picks up more, they're at risk, just so you know that. So I'm just adding that as input. And oh, by the way, what is my address?
Which one?
The house. 624 Northeast 2nd. It's next to an empty house and another abandoned house, but
We know how that goes. And we've already clarified it's not on the historic registry, right?
actually it is.
Don't tell us that.
Okay, that's not my office, that's my house.
Oh, that's your house, yeah.
So I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Okay, I don't think we have any questions. Anybody else would like to speak to the council on anything? Mark?
Real quick, urban renewal also includes housing, which I think ties into the affordable housing stuff you're doing. Getting pedestrians down into the urban renewal district is a lot simpler if they're already living there.
Good point, Mark. And I'm not even going to make you give your address or anything, Mark, because we all know where you live.
I have it memorized.
Do we, Okay, what I'll do then is, council, there were the minutes of the August 19, 2015 City Council work session in your packet. Has everybody had a chance to consider the minutes?
Yes.
If so, are there any corrections or modifications? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion that we accept the minutes of the August 19, 2015 City Council work session.
So moved.
So moved by Councilor Drapka. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Hill. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, let it show that the minutes of the August 19th, 2015 City Council work session passed unanimously of those members present at the meeting tonight. That'll take us into proclamation. We have one proclamation tonight, and that's the hands and words are not for hurting, but unfortunately Gretchen couldn't be with us, but Jenny's gonna fill in. Where is?
Look what we got.
Here comes our friend. It's not past bedtime, is it?
I have special guests. The hands and words are not for hurting bear. And thank you so much to the City Council and Mayor for reading the proclamation. And then I would like to request, and I hope that you all have enough energy from the chocolate and the cookies, a request that we all say the hands and words pledge, which is handed to you all.
Okay, first of all, come on over here. We're all gonna, Jenny, you come over here.
You have to lead the bear.
I know the bear stays right in the middle. This is our proclamation. Whereas a community without abuse and violence is a dream we all share, and whereas we acknowledge that any form of mistreatment of another is abuse, whereas abuse can be the form of verbal, mental, or physical, and often escalates to further violence, and whereas we believe that all people have the right to live free of abuse and violence, and whereas we believe that every person can make a difference in stopping abuse and violence by not using either action to control others, by not tolerating any form of abuse to oneself or others, and by developing healthy relationships based on respect and equity. And whereas we together with communities around the country and overseas recognize the hands and words are not for hurting project's pledge is an effective tool in abuse, in violence prevention and education. Now therefore, I, Richard L. Rick Olson, Mayor of the City of McMinnville, do hereby proclaim the week of October 18th through 24th, 2015 to be our 10th annual Hands and Words Are Not for Hurting Week in McMinnville, Oregon, and so doing so urge all citizens to join hands, unite as a family, and send a community to pledge. I will not use my hands or my words for hurting myself or others. In witness hereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the official seal of the City of McMinnville to be affixed this 13th day of October, 2015. And I have to sign this, but would you like to do the pledge?
Yes,
Would you like to
please.
do the
Would
pledge?
you all join me in the pledge? I will
Not use my hands or my words for hurting myself or others.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jenny. And I can tell you, for you poor souls in the audience, the cookies are gonna be really good. They're not red, but they're a good purple. I like the purple better than the red.
They're very good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, council. We have one ordinance in front of us tonight, and that's ordinance number 4994, an ordinance amending the city municipal code provisions incorporating a local transit lodging tax number 49, ordinance number 4974, and ordinance number 4970. So, Marcia, this one's yours. Take it
Yes.
away.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There really are two changes in this ordinance to the previous ordinance. One has to do with House Bill 2656. As you know, the state also has a transient lodging tax of 1%. So this House bill clarified that whoever collects payment for the lodging should also collect the tax. So the reason that had come into question was with the online travel companies. And the question about who was supposed to be collecting the tax and actually remitting it to the city. So this ordinance, the changes to this ordinance really lines our process up with the state's process. We've always tried to mirror that process to minimize the impact on our transient lodging providers. The other change is when we have delinquent tax payments, the ordinance currently said that we were going to charge 4% per annum, which we got that because that's what the state does. We found that that's a complicated way to calculate interest on these delinquent payments. So we changed that in this ordinance to be 1% per month without proration. Simplifies the calculation significantly.
Okay, anything else? Do you have any comments, Mr. City Attorney?
None whatsoever.
Okay, then,
Welcome, Walt.
yes.
Thank you.
And so then, Walt, if I could get you to read the ordinance by title only, please.
Ordinance number 4994, an ordinance amending the McMinnville Municipal Code provisions incorporating a local transient lodging tax ordinance number 4974 and 4970.
Thank you, Walt. And if I could have a second reading, please.
Ordinance number 4994, an ordinance amending the McMinnville Municipal Code provisions incorporating a local transient lodging tax ordinances number 4974 and 4970.
Thank you very much. So, Rose, if I could get you to pull the council, polling council president Jeffries last, please.
Councilor Drapkin.
Aye.
Aye.
Councilor Yoder.
Aye.
And Council President Jeffries.
Aye.
Let it show ordinance 4994 pass the council unanimously with 4 votes in favor and 0 votes opposed. So it's unanimous among the council members present. That will take us into resolutions. We have one resolution in front of us tonight, and that's resolution 2015-48. And that's awarding the contract for the Library Plaza Enhancement Project to Blue Spruce Builders, project 2015-12. So where's...
There.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Jenny. Would you like to speak to this one too, please?
This is the next step in the process of the Plaza Improvement Project, which you've been hearing about for the last couple of years. We're getting to the point of construction. And so this is to enter into a contract with a construction firm to finish up the project, install those pavers that many of you have purchased.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there any questions from Jenny? If there's no questions from Jenny then, or no discussion, I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution number 2015-48.
So moved. Second.
We'll give that to Councilor Hill, second by Councilor Yoder. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, let it show that it was moved by Councilor Hill and seconded by Councilor Yoder. Approval of resolution 2015-48. So thank you very much, Council, and so the motion passes. Okay, that being said, do we have anything more? We're going to skip our advice and information items, reports from the councilors on committee and board assignments. We'll also skip our department head reports tonight. In your packet was the first quarter goals and objectives update and also the cash and investment report. That being said, do we have anything more to come in front of the council tonight? Mr. City Attorney, would you like to add anything tonight?
Mr. Mayor, I have nothing to add at this time.
That's very good. Meeting adjourned.